Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, man. There is a whole lot of shit going on. Isn't that what Jerry Lee Lewis said? A whole lot of shit going on. It's crazy. I can't believe it's happening. I'm still waiting to be pinched so I can wake up from this shit. Man. So number one, let's start with some good news. They made an arrest in the David Doran case. I know this is new, but I'm just getting around, or this isn't new, but I'm just getting around to it. They made an arrest. And of course, if you haven't heard anything about the arrest, well, why not? If you haven't really heard a lot about David Doran's murder, well, why not? My bad. CBLM, certain Black Lives Matter. David Doran was that retired police officer who was working security for a pawn shop, and he was murdered. Somebody was nice enough to sneak up behind him and shoot him in the back of his head. Well, they found the dummy who did it. They have video footage of him waiting around the corner with the gun to jump out and shoot David Doran. Why haven't you heard anything about it? Why haven't there been protests about it? Why haven't people been flipping over cars and setting shit on fire about it? Well, duh. It's because the killer looked just like him. The killer was colored. The color killer. It was a KOC, a killer of color. So if you're a killer of color, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You gotta be white. If you're not white and you kill another black person, just go on about your business. Just like places like Chicago, where you have an 83% chance of getting away with the murder of a black person. That's right, they only have about a 17% clearance rate. So chances are, and if you have a murderous itch that needs to be scratched, go to Chicago, go to St. Louis. You will not be bothered. You will not be disturbed. So since his killer was a KOC, you've heard nothing about it. But they made an arrest, and I hope he burns in hell. Now, there should be some kind of law, some kind of act. You know, they're so quick to make up some kind of act, you know, to start shoving laws and rules down our throat. So they should have the Footage Act. Basically, if we catch your ass on camera murdering somebody in cold blood, you're guilty. What more do we need? We have you on tape. You've been recorded committing a murder, therefore you're guilty. Why don't the cops give him what he gave Mr. Doran? Somebody just sneak up behind him and put a bullet in the back of his head. What's wrong with that? Can we not find a trunk to put him in and roll that car into a lake? Hey, St. Louis, you guys got that big arch? Let's throw him off of that or hang him from it. Let's get creative, St. Louis. Be done with this piece of shit. He's defective, he's a demon, and he needs to be destroyed. Now, from good news to stupid shit. So Wal-Mart, of course, with a lot of these other corporations, must be woke. Who's first to be woke? Quickest to be woke. You don't want to be the last one. You don't want to be the company that didn't do some outrageous bullshit to satiate these fucking mobs. You don't want to be the last one. So you got to hop on the dummy train quick. So now, see, before I remember the story, maybe a year or two ago, some lady in Southern California, this black lady, was all outraged because her local Walmart had ethnic care products behind glass. You had to go ask somebody to unlock this shit. Why? Because Walmart is an evil racist corporation? Nope. Walmart would be the first company in line to take your money, no matter what color the hand it comes from. It's a company. It's a business. They're out to make money. That's it. The only color that matters is green. So do they do that because they're an evil racist corporation? No, it's called loss prevention. Okay? People were stealing this shit and they're losing money. See, the way a business works is they have products and they put them out for sale, and customers come in and trade them money for those goods. So the company's not losing money, they're making money. But if you're stealing those products, they can't make their money. They're just losing money. And that's not how you stay in business. You stay in business by making money. So they had to lock these products up to stop the loss. Business 101. If you don't want it behind glass, don't be stealing it. Period. So they had to lock these products up. You've been to places that do that shit with spray paint cans. Sometimes tobacco. You go into one of these big chain stores, they got those plastic things on top of the liquor bottles because people are stealing them. They don't do it for shits and giggles. They do it because they're losing money. Now, out of one side of your mouth, how can you call these corporations cold and callous and they're only worried about money? But then on the other hand, call them racist because they're trying to save their money. Anyway, so now Walmart is going to start having these products out on the shelf again. Hey, we've learned our lesson, you learned yours, so in honor of George Floyd, we're going to unlock our ethnic care products. So what are they going to do when the shit starts coming up missing again? There's been no magical kumbaya moment. No one's seen the wrongs in their ways. Nothing's changed. Only this stupid bullshit knee-jerk reaction has changed. So what's going to happen, Walmart? What you going to do? You're going to have the shit out again? It's going to start being stolen and you're just going to take that loss? You're just going to go ahead and donate that money? That's basically what you're doing. You're going to have to. Because if you go back to locking it up again, what does that make you? See what I'm saying? It's this type of stupid shit. It's this type of capitulation. You're treating black folks like they're mentally handicapped children. They're not being held accountable. When you take away someone's personal responsibility, that's very damaging. There's got to be, see, like I said, you're talking this equality bullshit, but you don't really want it. You want free shit. You don't want equality. Equality would mean if you take this shit, you're going to pay just like everybody else. You commit a crime, you're going to pay just like everybody else. The same across the board. But Jericho Green, the justice system is broken. Well, until we fix it, stay the fuck out of it. How about that? Do you have to get in this justice system? Is this a requirement? No. Stay the fuck out of it. Walmart, you're a huge pile of dumbass. That's all right, lose your money, I don't care. That's your money to lose. But this type of shit is ridiculous. Why would you do that? Because now it's fashionable to be woke, fashionable. And it has been before, but it's at a fever fucking pitch. You're gonna basically knowingly have your shit stolen for what? Man, let's go on even bigger dumbasses. So in Seattle, they have what's called CHAZ, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. What the fuck is an autonomous zone? That's what I was thinking until I looked it up. An autonomous zone is a place that governs itself, that is separate and self-sufficient. They govern themselves. It's basically their own society without any inside or outside influence. So that's what they've done to Seattle. Shout out to Officer Banks up there. Please be safe, man. So these fools took over the city hall and basically this part of town and made it theirs. It's a police-free zone. So we're just giving away cities? Here you go, Antifa. Take it. And it even said they're having, I'll put a link in the description box to the article. But they're having, they said movie nights. There's a little shrine set up for George Floyd. Man, what the fuck is going on here? Is this for real? You can just take a city, you can just take a city hall and declare it an autonomous zone? Well, I'm going to declare my paycheck an autonomous zone. You hear that, federal government? You hear that, state government? That's my check. We're totally self-sufficient. Leave it alone. No more taxes for you. My paycheck is an autonomous zone. Stay out. What? You let these fools take over a part of town. See, the reason the police precinct is empty is because they had to evacuate because of rioters. Peaceful protests. Because when you have a peaceful protest, you have to evacuate the fucking police station. So they basically said, here, take it. Here you go. Anything else? You think they're going to stop there? And it's just this fun, great, loving, accepting utopia until shit runs out. As a matter of fact, it won't even get to that point because Trump let these fools know, he let the officials of Seattle know that if you don't clean this shit up, I will. Why do you guys always make it so Daddy Trump has to come in and lay down the fucking law? Literally. Why would you allow this? You think there might be some residents of Seattle that don't agree with this bullshit? Everybody in the Pacific Northwest is not a soft handshake, deep V-neck, blue-haired piece of shit. Whether Republican, Democrat, conservative, or liberal, there are some people who want peace, who want to be able to go in and out of town, conduct their business safely. Not have to deal with fucking Mad Max downtown. Seattle's fucking barter town. What is going on here? You can't give up a part of a city to a radical domestic terrorist group. It don't work that way. This is still America. We don't put up with that shit. The reason we are top dog is because we are governed by law and order. And it will be restored. The only question is, who's going to restore it? Will it be the Seattle or Washington state officials? Or is Daddy Trump going to have to come in here and take his belt off and start whooping somebody's ass? In the form of the National Guard. They're coming. You think they're going to let this shit ride? You think they're just going to give you Seattle? Come on. You guys can't be that stupid. Can't be. This shit ain't some long-term plan. They're about to stop this shit quick. How did it even happen? How did we get here? Are we really being taken over by liberal dumbasses? Or are we really the silent majority? If we're the silent majority, we need to stop being so silent. Look at this shit. Look at what's happening. They took over a part of the city. And no one is doing anything. Now, speaking of not doing anything, I believe I have a link to this in the description box. If not, you're going to have to do a little homework. But I'm pretty sure I do. So there's footage that came out from Bobby Rush's office. He's some kind of politician from Chicago. He ran against Obama and smashed him back in the day. So there's footage in his office, from his office, of 13 police officers hanging out inside of his office while rioting is going on outside. They were drinking coffee, one of them sleeping on the couch. They're popping popcorn. No bullshit. Popping popcorn. Chilling. Hanging out. Lounging. There's some are sitting in chairs. Like I said, one was laying down. Some are just standing around while the city's fucking burning. Now, what would make these cops do that? And what are the chances that we found 13 pieces of shit? Now, granted, there's a bit of piece of shit in all of them if you're hanging out in that office and there's work to be done outside. But my point is that speaks to the leadership. What kind of leadership do you have when more than a dozen police officers are chilling while the city is being burned? That means someone has fostered an attitude of fuck it. Or maybe these cops feel like no one has their back, so why the fuck should I be out there? Now, I'm not excusing them. You're still wearing a badge. You're still wearing a gun. Get your fucking ass out there and bring some law and order. But those cops are completely to blame. Something made them think, oh, it's cool if we break into this office and hang out. Someone fostered an environment where that's okay. Who did that? Mayor Lightfoot, while she was at the salon? Because what she did wasn't any better. You got your city on lockdown, you're threatening to throw people in jail, and you're out getting your fucking hair done, getting your hair did. And I stand behind what I said. She looks like the sloth from Ice Age. You don't believe me? Google that shit. You'll laugh, don't worry. But that shit starts at the top. 13 police officers broke into an office, hung out, eating snacks and sleeping. And it's all on them? I don't think so. Maybe these cops felt like they had no support because you let that city run amok. You let people get shot left and right and don't do shit. Remember, you had the bloodiest weekend on record. 85 shot, 24 dead in a weekend. A weekend. Obviously your cops aren't doing shit. Obviously they don't feel supported. Because they're living and working in a fucking war zone. Man, what the fuck? You'll see the footage. Shit's crazy. The city, and I'm not being hyperbolic. The city is burning. And you have 13 able bodies in there kicking it. That's your fault, Mayor Lightfoot, and it's the fault of those cops. They should all be reprimanded. You can't do that. They probably could have done some good. They probably could have saved some property. Shit, they probably could have saved a life. Lord knows that's where they're going to be taken in Chicago. Chicago does not give a shit about black lives. Like I said, if you got a murderous itch, go to Chicago. You're good. Man, let me hop in this damn rat race. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Just $1.29. Help your boy stay independent. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.